Oh, hello. Welcome back. It's still Christmas. Not really. It's almost the new year. I have a cat in my lap who decided, yes, you, did you decide at 4 a.m. this morning to hit my door and meow loudly like you were dying? You did. My roommate is not here. So they've been missing her because they're her cats. And I just live here, right? I'm Auntie. Yeah. We're back to talk about today Ateez and biases. That's kind of what we're here to talk about. Are you my bias? Huh? Are you my cat bias? You are. What are you? He's just right in my face. I'm sorry you get to see the whole thing. This is going to be my vlog style. Let's talk about some things. Talk about what are we going to do with this Ateez collection, yeah? Also, I went to Target today. As we all know, if you watched my previous video, or if you have not, I've decided moving forward I'm going to collect... What are you doing? I'm going to collect 3 members of Stray Kids and 3 members of 17. So, when I was at Target, there was like 6 of these Hans just sitting there, and I felt so bad. I was like, poor Han. I will take one of you. So I took Han. And then I'm only getting one version of Ateez album this time, and I wanted this blue one because it's definitely the better one. And then this is my Ateez binder, which we are going to be talking about today. And then this is also another thing I might talk about. This is my treasure binder. And I love these little, you get these on Amazon. I don't remember how much they are, probably way more than they need to be. Also, you can see what they did. They were so hungry. So yeah, they're annoying. So there'll be probably a lot of cuts in this because... Anyway, let's talk about biases first of all. All right, so I've been a K-pop fan for a while. I have decided I am really bad with dates. I don't remember dates very well, but I do remember faces well. That's my superpower is I can see a face and be like, oh, that's from that. Even like, you know, movies and stuff. Oh, that's from that movie. That's from that guy's from that. He was an extra in that movie that one time. I've always been really good at that. So with K-pop idols, I'm usually pretty good at... Like, when I first find a group, I'm like, oh my gosh, they all look the same. How am I ever going to tell who's who? And then I usually watch a video of them doing something, and I figure out who's who pretty quickly, and then I can, like, say who is who. Now, my bestie, who she and I watch everything together, she is not as good with faces. She's really bad with faces. So I'm always telling her who people are, but there's some groups that we've, you know, like BTS, obviously, she knows, and 17, she knows pretty well, and even Stray Kids now, she's getting really good at. So, you know, part of my way of, like, figuring out who is so that I can teach her who is who and how to teach her. And usually we have nicknames for people, which is how we talk about them is with a nickname. So, all that to say, biases. Now, some people might think that you can pick your bias. And those people are incorrect. I don't know how people think you can pick your bias. I've tried to pick my bias. Let's take, for example, TXT. They're a good example of everything in my life, apparently. When they first came out, I was like, they're like gonna be baby BTS, and I'm not like really into that, and I'm just gonna like whatever. Runaway came out, and I really liked Runaway, and I was in Korea, and I was actually going to music show broadcasts at the time, so I actually saw them perform it live at Music Core, maybe. I was like, wow, they're so good. They're really getting into it. They're really putting their all into it, even though what they were recording at the time wasn't going to be broadcast. They were doing such a good job. So I kind of took an interest, and I really liked Runaway. And so I looked into it, and I watched the video, and I was like, oh, that one with the silver hair is cute, which is Bumgyu. And I was like, I like that one. Sure. Cut to like a year later, and I am looking through TXT stuff, and I am like falling in love with their music. So I'm really enjoying like Loser Lover and Love Song are all like just so good. And so I'm watching it, and like, who is this guy? Yeonjun reaches out and grabs me by the throat and says, hi, I'm your new obsession. Out of nowhere. I didn't pick Yeonjun. Like I said, I would pick a Bumgyu if I could pick one, but Yeonjun did it to me. So Yeonjun, and it became my number 3 bias, sometimes rivaling Cookie anymore to number 2. Like I adore Yeonjun. So yeah, that wasn't my choice. And most biases aren't my choice. I always try and I always fail. That being said, let's talk about Ateez. So Ateez, we're just gonna chat about Ateez a little bit today. Today's a Ateez chat. Ateez is in my top 5 or 6 groups for sure. They came out when I was in Korea. I know they came out the same year as Fake Love because I remember being at the school that I was at, and in December of that year, or November of that year, December, there was a lot of things going on in Korea, a lot of things like festivals and stuff like that going on at the end of the year, so you don't end up teaching a lot in the end because they are doing other things, and like English is technically kind of like an elective. It's kind of like, art over there. It's an elective class. So, if they're going to cancel something, they're going to cancel English. I would sit on the computer and I was watching a bunch of things. And that's the year that Noir and Ateez came out. And I discovered them at the same time. And I really like Noir. I actually met Noir a couple times. I went to a couple of their Fansigns and met them. They were very sweet. I feel really bad that their company had zero money to do anything with them. But anyway, I discovered Noir and Ateez at the same time. I decided that I liked Ateez better, but I did like Noir, and I was very excited to meet them when I did meet them. They were very, very sweet. But Pirate King was so good, and I like Treasure better. But my bestie thinks I'm crazy, but I like Treasure. And so kind of fell in love. And as I was watching it, I was like, well, Wooyoung would be my bias for sure. And then as I was watching him, I was like, but that pretty one, he's too pretty for me. I don't like pretty. Sungwa was it. And he's been pretty much my bias since then. But I also don't really have a bias in Ateez. I really like all of Ateez pretty equally. There is an exception. And don't get mad at me. I love all of Ateez. I would not want one member to leave. I have no hate or ill will towards any member. But Yoonho is not my cup of tea at all. I think he's very good looking, but like for a K-pop idol, very average looking. He's tall, which is nice, but I don't even think his dancing is all that great. I know that's a hot take because he's the lead dancer, and I think he's really good at choreography and like learning the choreography and doing the choreography, but I don't think he does. It's not my style. Let's put it that way. It's not my style of dancing that I prefer. I prefer Wooyoung, San, Yo-san. Like I prefer the other dancers in the group, Sungwa, to Yoonho's style of dancing, which is for me, right? If you love Yoonho, I am so happy for you. Like, Yoonho is great. I think he's probably one of the nicest people in Korea. Like, he just seems like a really nice guy. I don't have zero ill will towards it, but I don't get the hype towards him. And my bestie never remembers his face. She always forgets he's like in the group, which is funny. That being said, my bestie Hongjoon is probably in her top 3. She goes back and forth between Woozi and Hongjoon as being like in her top. So her number 1 is Suga, by the way. So, there's no change in that. Yeah, Hongjoon and Woozi kind of hover around the same area up there. And then for me, it's been Sungwa, but like occasionally it's Yoosung. But I'm like, how is it not Wooyoung? Because Wooyoung would be kind of ideally my style. So I go back and forth on this. And we saw him in concert, and I was in Chicago, and I was like, you know what? This is going to be when Wooyoung becomes my bias. I'm going to like just be like, oh my gosh, look at him perform. I love him so much. And yeah, that did not happen. And Wooyoung had red hair, and if you know me, which you don't, but if you did, whenever a idol speaking is hard. Whenever an idol dyes their hair red, typically it's one of my favorite looks on them. For example, Hot by 17, the 8. Not my bias, but he looks so good in that video with that red hair. It kills me every time. BTS, Jungkook, totally my idol. I'm a cookie girl all the way. But V with the red hair and Save Me is just so good. So the red hair thing really always stands out to me. So he had that red hair at the concert, and I was like, why? I was like, yes, this is it. This is my Wooyoung moment. And like I didn't look at him once. I didn't watch him hardly at all. Hongjoon shot up my list. I was like, I think I bias Hongjoon, which I don't. But I loved him at the concert. I loved just watching him and hearing him talk and like his like just total heart and soul. Like Hongjoon is such a good person. Yosang Sunghwa still up really high on my list. Mingi was an amazing performer, like bumped up. I enjoy watching San dance. Who wouldn't? I don't know how you would not, but like he's just never been my bias. So anyway, like that, and Jongho has never been. I love Jongho. I think he is an awesome maknae that is not a maknae, but like he's just never been on my list. If I divide Ateez into 4 and 4, really, you're gonna do that? This is what he likes to do, is sit on the top of this rocking chair. The rocking chair normally goes over there where the tree is, so we had to move it so it's over here. So now he like just sits at the top of it like he's a king or something. What are you doing? Yeah, you. Yeah, so my top 4 would be Hongjoon, Sunghwa, Wooyoung, and maybe Yosang. I don't know. And that's my problem with Ateez, is I have a really hard time deciding who my bias is. Who is my bias? I have no clue. I don't know. Yeah, who is my bias in Ateez? Who knows? I have no clue. And these are all mostly pulls between me and my bestie. She gives no cares about photo cards, which is why I can't talk to her about photo card stuff. She does not care about photo cards. So I get a lot of her photo cards and get to keep them. So I moved them into this 4-pocket because I just thought maybe it would be better. I didn't have enough, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what to do with this collection. So I like this page because even though I don't even know if they're all from the same era, they're all kind of like the same vibe. So this page is fine. I don't want to do anything with this. This is my Yosang page, right? He looked pretty good during this era. I liked all these photo cards. Great. Fantastic. And then I have these random Yosang cards, and I could probably get 2 more to go here, right? Here's the thing. I think he looks really good. I prefer cute photo cards, but I also don't like samey photo cards. So these are not samey. These are actually not a good example of what I'm talking about, but these 2 are, right? They're essentially the same photo card. Why do I need both of them? I really don't. These ones are enough different that it's fine. My Sunghwa collection is like that. I mean, these are all different enough. These 2 are, I mean, he's got the little thingies, I guess, but really, like, this is what I don't like about the photo cards, is that each one is so similar. And then, so I have a space here for like 4 more Sunghwa photo cards, I guess. Hongjoon, I was just going to collect Yosang, Sunghwa, and Hongjoon. That was kind of like what I wanted to do. These are all fine. I mean, I don't know. This one does nothing for me, but I think it was my friend, so I kept it. But then I was like, there's some cute ones that I want to keep of like Wooyoung. Like, how cute are these little Wooyoung cards? I don't really want to get rid of them. Anything from the first album I would definitely keep, because I did try to get into a Fansign, or this is from the Red album. I know that because I bought a bunch of them. Yeah, this is the first album. I tried to get into a Fansign, but Fansigns in Korea are very difficult to get into, or were. I don't know how they are now post-COVID, but pre-COVID, as a foreigner, there was only 20 slots. So if a group had a Fansign, it would be 100 spots, right? There's 100 chances for you to get into a Fansign. And technically, each album you bought was a chance for your name to go into a lottery to be picked, to be in the Fansign. And some stores did that. Most stores had a sweet spot number that you had to buy, and you didn't know what it was. You had to figure it out by buying things to get there. And if you had friends that knew who it was, they might help you. They might not help you. And I'll tell you why in a second. But you can't be mad at them for not helping you. When I would go for Intuit. I met Intuit so many times. And the sweet spot was somewhere between 5 and 10 albums you had to buy as a foreigner, as a non-Korean, you had to buy that many. Why? Because there's only 20 spots in the 100 for foreigners. That includes Japanese, Chinese, like anybody who's not Korean. You are all competing for 20 spots in a Fansign, whereas Koreans are competing for 80 spots. Also, not that many Koreans were into it, right? It's a smaller group. So Koreans would have to buy 1 or 2 albums to get into the Fansign, whereas foreigners, we would have to buy, between 5 and 10 just to get into the Fansign albums at, let's say, $15 a pop. So, it was never inexpensive to do it. And then you'd have all this stuff, and they didn't have the buy, sell, trade thing like we do now. It wasn't real popular, and you had to do it on Twitter, and it was like way more difficult. So you just basically had to eat that money. I tried for Ateez. I bought 12 albums and did not get in at all. That was definitely not enough to get in. Probably double that at the time would have maybe got me in. But that's like, so that being said, like things like, Monsta X, I was never going to meet them because you'd have to buy 100 albums as a foreigner to get into their Fansign. And for people like BTS, you had Japanese, Chinese tour companies that were buying those spots by buying all those albums. It was, Fansigns in Korea are quite a deal. They're a thing. So anyway, I did not, but I have a lot of their photo cards from this era because, I had 12 albums. That was quite a few at the time, I thought. I have these Sana. They're very cute. They're all pulls. I did not buy any of these. I have a full spread of San, and I like them, and I don't want to get rid of them. So there you go. This is the only set I wanted from the last album from Outlaw, so I'm missing the 2 cards there, Mingi and San, which I figure I will get eventually, no problem. And like I said, I was just going to collect the 3, so I got the 3 Valentine's cards. But I don't collect their pops. And I love Ateez. I can't express how much I love Ateez, but I just really, and I'm not feeling this collection at all. I'm not gonna get rid of it, but do I do something with it? Do I just leave it as it is? Do you see what I mean by being messy? It's very haphazard because I basically collect everybody. I can't get rid of this Mingi because it's very cute, but I've gotten rid of a lot of Mingis. I've sold, traded for other group, a lot of my cards. I don't have any Jongho or Yoonho, as you see. Other than these, because I want this set. So I'm thinking maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe just pick one set I like from the album cards and just collect those going forward of all 8. And then I don't have to feel bad that I don't have a bias. And then maybe find a Wooyoung card I like to go here. Or if I pull one, I don't know. I don't know what to do about this. Anyway, so that's Ateez and biases and how I have none in the group. If you ever have any questions about Fansigns in Korea, it was quite the thing. And that's why, I was going to say, that's why your friends couldn't give you the number because you're only, again, there's only 20 spots. And the Japanese and Chinese fans that would come over, because it was fairly cheap to come over for everything, were over, comeback season, they'd come back for a month, and usually they had some money. They're the ones that you see all them in the Korean fan sites. It's where you get all those high quality pictures from on Twitter and stuff, is from the fan sites doing their thing. So, which is all fine for the Korean ones, because like I said, they, it's fairly cheap to get in, and then they can sell their little merch and stuff like that. But it's not easy for foreign fans. It wasn't. Like I said, post-COVID, I don't know. I haven't been to a fan sign post-COVID or dealt with the fan calls or anything like that. So who knows? I hope you can hear my stomach rumbling. I'm so hungry. Doing this first thing in the morning. I went to the store. We're having Christmas, best friend Christmas today, and I didn't have any presents for my besties. So I bought them each a 17 album and some pens. And I was like, well, I want this album. It's there. They had this one and the reddish one, and I just want this one. So let's see. I will probably pull Yoonho and Jongho because they're the ones I don't want. They're the ones that I will definitely trade away. This is the superior version of this album for sure. If you ever want me to talk about Fansign experiences, I have met other groups, probably groups that you don't even know of or care about. I have met I did meet Pentagon. That was fun. I love Pentagon so much. They're also in my top 6 favorite groups. Too Bad Cube treats them like garbage. Or doesn't anymore. They're gone now. Alright. Anyway. Yay. Alright. So I don't have any Ateez albums. So this is all going to be new pulls for me. So this is all just the first time. Basically, I don't care if I get Jongho or Yoonho. I will not keep them if I get. They're the only ones I won't keep, probably. We'll see. And my one friend loves Jongho, so I'll probably just give those to her, which is what I tend to do. Or trade her. Alright. 1, 2, 3. See? Jongho. Great. 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 He's very cute in that picture. I might keep that picture, honestly. It's a cute photo card. I don't always like Jongho's photo cards. They're very samey. Alright, 1, 2, 3. I told you. What did I say? I never pull my biases. Ever, ever, ever. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Full Jongho set. Fantastic. Great. Great for me. It's funny, isn't it? It's funny and sad at the same time. It could be, there are literally 6 other members that I wouldn't have minded. Is it like full Jongho album? Let's find out. Oh no, we got a little Woo Young sticker. Great. A sticker. Great. Alright, postcard time. Ready? These postcards are beautiful. Oh, it's funny, except it's not funny. Is it? Jongho and Jongho? What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's going to be Jongho and Jongho? Did I get a full 100% Jongho album? This is it, guys. This is it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Mingy. Okay, Mingy. I see you. Not my favorite Mingy card. Probably won't keep it. All right, and... Oh, Hongjun! Yay! One card that I will keep for sure. All right, so not bad. If I was a Jongho fan, that'd be amazing, right? I'll have to talk with my other friend who bought all the Ateez albums, see who she got. Maybe we can trade up some stuff because I know she loves a little Jongho. All right, and then I'm going to stop this for a second and then we'll open Hans. And this has mostly just been for me to talk about my feelings about Ateez and how hard it is to pick a bias in Ateez. Also to unbox his album. But, like, yeah, you can't choose. Because if you could choose, I would just choose Woo Young and be done. But it just, he doesn't, the way my other bias, like, the way Hyunjin makes me feel, and the way Yeonjun, and even other biases in other groups, just, he does not do the thing for me. I don't know why. Yeah, so this is obviously going to be Han, but I think the postcard version is random, so Han or Hyunjin would be ideal. I won't get them. I'll probably get Sungmin. I tend to pull Sungmin and IN. Oh, let's not look at it. I think it's the one I already have. I don't know. We'll see. All right, but here's little Han. He's so cute. It does not like to focus on these cards where their face is small. Anyway, yeah, I got a little Han card. All right, what's this one? 1, 2, 3. Oh, little Han card. He's so cute, little Han. Get a Han pull in a Han thing. That's amazing, guys. I think this is what I got Lino, right? This postcard version. So I already have Lino, so I just need Hyunjin's. Cool. Cool. Yeah, so what biases do you have? Like, I feel like there's an alt bias list, right? I will give you my example. My alt bias list. Bang Young-gook, number 1. Jungkook, number 2, fights with Yeonjun for number 2 overall. Hyunjin is therefore number 4. Kino from Pentagon was always number 5, but now it's Park Ji-hoon from Treasure. He is definitely my number 5. And then maybe Kino would be 6. And then kind of from there, it kind of like fades out. Everybody kind of feels a little more equal. But you also have a bias list within a group, right? So, for example, in Stray Kids, my bias would be Hyunjin because he's one of my top biases. And then maybe Han Felix would be next. I don't know which one. Lino Changbin, kind of like Stray Kids was a messy example. And usually I have like a top 3 or 4 and then everybody else is kind of equal. I do not dislike any member of any group. I do not want any member of any group to go away. I am not a one, like if you want to just be a one member girly, then you can do that. But I don't understand why you would be. They are a team. People are like that though. At the fan signs, they would like go and they would sit with each member, and the members they didn't like, they would not talk to, or they would just like one word talk. Like you could tell, like you would see these girls and they would just be like, and then like not do anything. It would be so uncomfortable. And then they'd move to the one boy that they liked, and they would be like all like, oh, blah, 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 and like talk to him, and then move on to the next member that they don't like. And it's like, they are a team, they are a group, they all like each other. Like, why are you only gonna talk to one of them? Why are you even here? There's people that would love to be here and talk to all of them. Why are you here just to talk to one of them? Finally, I just really want to talk about Treasure real quick because I have not talked about Treasure on this channel. I discovered Treasure in October of last year. I am not a YG girly. I am not a fan of YG, although I love Winner. Icon and Big Bang are not my cup of tea. I do like Blackpink, alright. Treasure was like YG, and we were like, oh, we can't like a YG group because they're just stuck in the basement all the time. T5 came out, and we watched the T5 video, the Move, and I was like, oh my gosh. It's a group of, okay. And then Bona Bona came out. And Bona Bona is like one of the top songs of like last year. Park Ji-hoon quickly became one of my favoriteest people. And Junkyu is just so handsome and so funny. And I've watched all of the Treasure maps. And I just love all 10 of them. They're chaotic energy. And I'm like, that Hello song they sing, I sing that all the time. Where you been all my life, Treasure? Why was I sleeping on you? So I am a huge fan. Some girl was selling her Park Ji-hoon. This is kind of what she had. I was very happy to buy it, take it off her hands. And there's some more. I really want Ji-hoon's little picture here, but people aren't selling it, so I can't really find it. I kind of want, and so my top 4 are the Hyung line, Hyunsik, Ji-hoon, Yoshi, and Junkyu. But these were my other pulls because I did buy the 3 albums, and I just kept them because how can you get rid of them? They're so cute. And I just got like 1 or 2 album cards from each member, like my top line I happened to get, and then I did buy a couple off Pokemarket, and then these were my other pulls, which again I couldn't get rid of them. And I'm not back collecting. I'm just reboot era forward. They're little crown cards. I got my 2 biases up here. My other 2 friends down here. Same here. I got some biases and some extras. And then just extra Park Ji-hoon cards because Park Ji-hoon be Park Ji-hoon and I love him dearly. So that's a new thing that I have discovered. So if you like Treasure, they're not easy to trade for, but they're very cheap on Pokemarket for the most part. So that is something you can do. Very easy. My bias list in this, the top 4, I just told you, like I said, Hung Line, and then kind of everybody after that trickles down into basically I feel the same way, which is I love them. So yeah, biases are interesting. Do you think that you can pick your bias, or do you think your bias picks you? I think, I say it all the time, we are just Pokemon. The K-pop idols are just throwing out their Pokeballs and catching us one at a time. We are nothing but Pokemon caught in their Pokeballs. That's the most accurate description. Just helpless Pokemon caught in their little Pokeballs. That was funny. Okay, anyway. Minnie, say goodbye. Bye, Minnie. Nugget, say goodbye. Bye, Nugget. Tiny, say goodbye. She was lurking the whole time, just watching. By the heat bed. Alright. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with Ateez moving forward. What am I gonna do with all those Jongho cards? Guys, what am I gonna do with the Jongho cards? Anyway, everyone have a safe new year, and I will see you soon. Bye. Okay, friends, this is like the next day. I realized I didn't talk about what I wanted to talk about, which is Ateez's discography. I think I started to say I was just so distracted by cats, which is the story of my life. I started to talk about it, and then I forgot. So also, we had Bestie Christmas yesterday, so I got some things for my friends, which in turn, like I said, my one bestie, she loves albums, but she does not collect photo cards, so she gave me her cards. So, and then my one friend got me this album, and even though I already have, I only bought myself one album, which is this one. So now I have two of this album, so I'll just use it for, collaging purposes, probably. Ateez's discography. So we're sitting at my messy desk. This is the real world. All you see for all these people who do these videos is this, like, right? You just see this part of their desk and that's it. You don't get to see a lot of the other stuff until they clean it up. We are gonna be messy. All right, so this is my current Ateez thing. We're not gonna look at all those albums on there. No, we're just gonna look at this. This is kind of my shelf. That's all I have room for right now. I have one room. I live in one room, so this is kind of what I've collected over the years, and then over this year. As you can see, I've bought many of the earlier albums. And Ateez is their original music, Pirate King, great. Treasure, fantastic. That was like those first two. And then, Wave, I love that whole album. I don't know the names of them. I don't keep it. They're so complicated, and there's so many groups that have so many complicated names. I don't think it's worth my time to memorize the names of albums. Let's just memorize the names of the songs. Okay, that's what I'm gonna go by. So yeah, like Wave, love that album. Say My Name, Holla Holla. Say My Name was my favorite Ateez song for a long time, but my ultimate favorite Ateez song is Answer. I love Answer, and I still love Answer, and it's still my number one favorite Ateez song. But you have Promise, stuff like that, and then Wonderland came out. It's not my favorite Ateez song, but I don't dislike it. But it was the first sign of like, But thanks, Firework. I'm into all that. What the problem comes with Gorilla. Gorilla it's not a good song, guys. It's just not. It's noise. It's this new thing that everybody loves, and it's this noise. And I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy noise. I enjoy music. I like hearing their pretty voices. If you like it, you can like it. I'm not saying that you're wrong for liking it. I'm just saying, personally, I don't. So I'm not a big noise. So that's probably why I don't like most of like NCT's songs. I love the NCT boys, but Fire Truck was like a banger, and then everything since then I have not liked. AO was the first NCT song that I didn't have to turn off halfway through the video because it was annoying. I have my opinion on NCT songs, and I don't like them. If you like them, I'm happy for you. I know many, many people do, but they're just not. It's too noisy, too samey. You can always tell an SM song, which some people enjoy, but I'm not a big SM girly in particular. I enjoy Dream a lot more. Like, Dream has better songs. Like, I can list probably 5 to 10 Dream songs that I enjoy, so that's good. But like NCTU, Seven Sense was so bad. It was so bad. And NCT 127, yeah. But that being said, I love, like, the boys in the group work just as hard as any other boys in any other group, so I'm not mad at it. I'm just not a fan of it, right? So anyway, look at Hyunjin, he's so pretty. So when Ateez came out with Gorilla, I tried to like it. I wanted to like it. It's Ateez. Who doesn't want to like Ateez? I tried really hard to like Ateez, and it just, the Gorilla, not Ateez, but Gorilla, and I just did not have a good time. I was a little disappointed. My friend who loves everything Ateez, she was a huge fan of it. She likes like Ateez could do some yodeling in the woods and she would adore it. So like it's not subjective. But anyway, anywho, Gorilla is not my favorite. Halazia was better, but still not my favorite. It's fine. It is what it is, right? Like Ateez is doing their thing. Now, Bouncy was even better. Still not my favorite Ateez song, but I mean, who can't slow it down, make it bouncy, right? Like it's good. It's good fun. So, and they're all, I feel like, a lot of concert-y songs, right? Like concert, like let's like get hyped up and enjoy a concert type song. I get it. Crazy Form is good. Crazy Form gets stuck in my head a lot. So I'm glad they're kind of going back towards that. But I do miss original, like, if you watch some of the original AT stuff, it's so good. Like the first couple years, and just, I wish they'd slow down a little, get out of the noisy stuff. And kind of go back to their roots a little bit. I'm opening this up because I traded my Jongho's. If you watch the unboxing portion of this, and I pulled full Jongho set, my one friend who Ateez is like her ultimate group, she came over for New Year's last night, and I was like, hey, will you bring your photo cards? Because she keeps her photo cards. And she says her bias is Jongho. Her bias is San, but you know, whatever. Those are her top two, are San and Jongho. So I was like, hey, I got some Jongho cards. Will you come trade me? And so she brought her cards. So I got this Seonghwa I traded that for the Jongho. And then I got this Hongjoon. I traded her. And then these two Wooyoungs, I traded her for my Mingi too, because I didn't want my Mingi. So yeah, I got those, which filled out this page quite nicely. And then that hasn't changed. I still don't have those two bread PCs. And then I just moved stuff back to this like random page from the Hongjoon page and the other page. So yeah, she ended up with Jongho cards, and I ended up with cards that I would prefer to have. Still haven't quite decided what we're doing with this moving forward, but that was good. I'm glad she had stuff that I could trade for, and she got Jongho cards and she was happy. Yeah, so my thoughts on Ateez is they started out super strong. They're slowly going back towards music that I like again. So that is my thought on Ateez's music. They have some really good, like Turbulence and Promise, and everything off the first album is my favorite. Like I love everything off the first album. Second album's good. They're, you know, like even B-sides, I used to listen to them all the time. Nowadays I don't listen to their B-sides so much, which is probably to my own detriment, because I hear some of their B-sides are better than their title tracks. I got my one friend a copy of this, and my other friend one of the other versions of this. So there was two things, and I said, hey, probably get us Coops and Vernon, because I picked them out, and I always get us Coops and Vernon. And pretty close. And then my one friend got my other friend the Carrot version, and I was like, oh, that's gonna have just one member in it. It did, and it was Dino, and Dino is probably that friend's second bias. That's my bestie. She loves Woozy the most, but Dino has crept in to be her like second bias. So she got a Dino one, which was great. But you know, the selfie cards are not necessarily that, so they're in here. I don't even think they're turned over. They aren't. There you just see all the cards. And then the friend that got her the Dino album got me this album, because she didn't know that I had it already. So, and I was like, oh, I didn't tell her that I had the album, but I told her I did have a album, so we might have some similar. I might already have some, which I did. I pulled some dupes, so I'll flip it over for you guys. So let's see. Obviously, no one cares about those two things. Magnate that line again. I was like, I couldn't even pull a hung line. I have Magnate line again. Great. And I got Hyunjin again, but hopefully that's good. I can trade him. Oh, I did get, nope, those were from a different thing. All right. And I got this, which is not what I was looking for, but I might keep that. I don't know. We'll see. Bang, Chang, Bin. And then I got Han. Yes. See, I needed him. See, I forgot already what I got last night. And then my one friend kept all her 17 cards, which was fine. They were not cards that I wanted, so she kept those, which was fine. She still has like a little collection book. The one that I gave her, actually, that I was talking about earlier, or in the last video that from Snaps, she has all her cards in there and she loves them, and she does not sleeve them or anything, but she just loves her little cards, so that's great. Who did we get here? Boom. Hoshi, which was so exciting, except I already have this Hoshi. I traded somebody for it. So we'll trade him for somebody. Scoops. See? Always with the Scoops luck. See what I mean? Always with the Scoops luck. Like, honestly, Scoops and Vernon, and I always pull them. Boom. And then this Jonghand, which is a dupe. There's so many cards in these albums. And how did we pull? I got it from a completely different Target. And I still pulled this Jonghand twice. Who knows? Who knows? And then these are from her little carrot version. So we have Scoops. We have Scoops. We have Sungkwang, which I'm very happy about. So I will be keeping that one because remember I decided to collect Sungkwang as my third member. And Sungkwang, yay! So 2 Sungkwangs that weren't even on my list of things I was going to collect because I wasn't going to get anything with the carrot version, but look how cute he is. He's so cute. We'll trade these for something. We'll trade him for something. I've already traded him for Mingyu because I got him in the last album I pulled. And then it's the Flower Crown one. Yeah, I got this one. This is like literally, is this like the same album that I pulled? It might be because I've already pulled all 3 of these cards from a completely different Target. Okay, great. This I have, so we'll trade him. This we will keep. I don't know. I'm going to see how he looks in my binder. We'll see. And then this we can trade. That is the conclusion of that, I guess. My thoughts on... that's my thoughts. Deep Thoughts by Jack Andy. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on Ateez's music. Even though I have Stray Kids on here right now, we were talking about Ateez today. I wanted to finish my Ateez thoughts on their music and how, like, it's okay to like a group and not necessarily like an album or like a song, but you doesn't mean you dislike the group or dislike them any less or love them any less just because they come out with a song that you're not a fan of. It's kind of what I wanted to say. That's kind of my point. I still love Ateez. I still would go see them in a concert in a heartbeat. I would still jump in front of a car to save them. I don't know. I would still do things for Ateez. Like, I still love Ateez just because they had 2 releases that were like losing their way. Plans for the future videos. I should be getting my set of Yeonjun cards from that girl on Wednesday. Today is Monday. Today is the 1st of the year. Welcome 2024. I have a Taehyung card coming, TXT. So there's a couple TXT cards coming. My Poke Market has not mailed yet, but that's probably because of the holiday and everybody doing the free shipping. So when that mails, I'll get that, and I will probably try to open that on camera because that'll be fun. And then I might just open those 2 separate and then make a little unbox. What are those things called? Opening the card video. I know that's, is it unboxing? I don't even. It's not an unboxing because you're just, let's see what cards we got video. So I'll make one of those soon, and then I don't know. Oh, putting things away. Maybe I should go through all my albums. We'll do I know a bunch of people have done that videos, and so that's kind of interesting, and just sat and chatted. I obviously like to sit and hear myself talk, but like I said, I have no one else to talk to about photo card stuff. My friends, we can talk about K-pop stuff, but photo card stuff, not really. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my extra thoughts on Ateez and their music. Whether you agree with me or not, we can still be friends. I don't dislike you. If you love Gorilla is your #1 Ateez song ever, I'm so glad. I'm glad that you found music you like, because that's the important thing about music, is that it's all different. It's all subjective. Some of us love it, some of us hate it. My bestie and I, we love some of the same songs, like Ultimate, and I love some songs she hates. She loves some songs that I hate. It just, and we kind of put up with them for each other. And, it's just music at the end, which is life-changing, but also just, a subjective, fun thing about life that we should just all enjoy. Even if you hate it, just don't listen to it. I didn't download Gorilla. I don't own it. I do own Halazia. So I don't know. I wish that people wouldn't be so mean and judgmental about music. Just, let people like what they like and that's great. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like what I like. I don't have to like what you like, but we can still like be human beings and get along. And that's what Ateez would want, right? That's what Hongjin would want. All right, I've rambled long enough. I hope you guys have a good new year. Welcome to 2024, and I look forward to talking to you again. So have a great day. Bye.